Hello, hello, hello. Mr. Kiva here. I'm back again doing a review with Destiny and some guy who's trying to get cloud. Um, and we may learn one thing or another. So let's, without much fanfare, let's just go ahead and see.
I clearly don't respect you, and there's no reason to respect you. We're going to go through all of the points as to why you deserve
So if you don't respect him, why are you on his platform? I mean,
no respect. Okay?
Okay, so the first time I watched it was because my friend was on your stream. The second time was because you were making a response. Oh, excuse me, sir. Can I finish my response? The second time was because you were watching me, so I decided to watch and respond. And the third thing is that when you are so ass mad that after me responding to like 5 minutes of your content, you got to go live with a title like "Expose Destiny, the racist gamer and the lie of homophobia," it's pretty clear that you're clout sharking. But I enjoy it, so here we are.
Because you feel stupid right now because you didn't realize you're talking to a technologist. Long
okay, I think
story short, I hosted a conference. I showed people how to create NFTs from scratch, from the command line, little buddy.
From the command line? Please, can you tell me how?
Is homophobia a real thing?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick. Let's help you out real quick.
Yeah, help me, please.
So,
my technologist friend.
Oh, hey, Mark. All right, so I got the command prompt open. What command do I have to put into make an NFT? Because
Exposed Destiny, the racist gamer and the lie of homophobia. Destiny exposed himself as a racist and a hater of African American culture. We'll be dissecting the hateful psychology of this fellow. Important, he is invited to join my stream and debate live. Oh, I'm invited.
Look, people are beginning to be, are being becoming stupid now. When you disagree with someone who's a different color than you or looks different than you, it's not good to just go ahead and call them names, racist or anti-Semitic or something. Sometimes people just do disagree with you. I think even in my own life, I'm trying to, you know, check that out to see if there are people who did disagree with me, and I just go, use names. So it's better that we all kind of learn that sometimes people will disagree with you, and when they do disagree with you, they are not the names that we call them. They might just disagree with you. But let's see what this is about.
Live in 5 hours. Oh, well, I'm not doing anything tonight. He reacted to your content before.
Thing. Genome writes, debate Destiny. That'd be my pleasure. In fact, if Destiny, Sharp, Abba, or Annalisa would like to show up, I'll absolutely provide them the link to join the call if any of them show up. This session was listed with enough time in advance for any one of them to show up if they so chose, and they're all welcome. I'd be happy to debate Destiny or anyone. Truth be told, there's not a single person you'd see on YouTube that would survive at any level. Not a single person.
Look, do not pump yourself up. Nobody is that good. When it comes to debate, you have to know what you don't know, and sometimes even people who don't have very good can make very good arguments. So oh la la, let's go ahead and keep watching.
Not even close. That's what I'm saying. It wouldn't even be close. It'd be like Michael Jordan playing the worst kid in high school. Anyways, thank. Genome writes, debate Destiny. That'd be my pleasure. No one penny from the whole thing except the bisexual white dude who's been playing video games.
I really do think this guy's is just funny. That's all. Like I said, most of the time we don't know what we don't know. So humility is very important. So let's go ahead and
The whole time. How ironic.
I can't hear so we can do this again.
At you, and there's no reason to respect you. We're going to go through all of the points as to from your website is. Hey there, Destiny. How are you?
Hey, pretty good. Were you talking about my
Tie-dye. Liberals love tie-dye. I can't even lie. I even got some tie-dye myself.
What am I doing? Okay, holy shit.
All right, let's go back.
And your beard is only making that reality worse. Of that lifestyle, and so very much so the LGBTQ has tried to, break the African American male culture, which is largely embedded in hip hop music, and so they've been trying to feminize. I'm tripping right now.
Jesus.
It'll be good because you're in graduate school right now?
Yes.
Okay, so she's in graduate school, so she is, by all accounts, an academic and theoretically should be a rational person, able to analyze information and think in a linear way.
He talks shit about you, Har. Oh, we got another clip coming through.
Looking at appearance as a metric, I'm gonna go ahead and say she's way out of your league, little buddy. Your arm looks like.
So be careful watching clips that people send you, trying to bait you. I think people
Like
clips that people are sending.
a plastic bag filled with water.
Doesn't it make sense if she's out of my league, though? Isn't that what all these like red pill dudes talk about? Like, all you technically need is money and clout, and that's how you're supposed to be doing it, right? Like, doesn't it make sense from your world?
You look like you've never lifted a weight in your life. Your style is terrible.
What's this guy lifting? Where are his gym vids? I want to see his lifts. Post them.
Your hair is disheveled. You have no
I don't go for the ball joke.
jawline, and your beard is only making that reality worse. You have no sense of charm, no personality. I don't know how you've amassed a.
I mean, is this guy going to debate or is just here to insult? Damn. I mean, this is hilarious.
Following on YouTube, but hey, there's a lot of people who just spend their day at home on Pornhub and playing video games, and I guess these are your people. This is your tribe. And the curious thing too is, if I understand rightly, he's the famous YouTuber and she's just some broad. So from a strategic standpoint, I wouldn't want to be sitting off to the side. I'd want that center seat because I'm like the main guest, the guest of honor. That's kind of weird to me. You kind of.
I don't know. I think the seating is good because you have two guys, so they let a woman sit in the middle. I mean, this guy's now you sounding stupid. So the debate even has started just trying to be nitpick. By being nitpick, you just being stupid. But
Got sideline for a broad who's like pretty much nobody, but hey, it gets like that. I feel like a real woman, especially if she's your woman, would have said, "Hey, boss, yeah, you sit in the middle. You the guest of honor. You the big homie." But I have a sense she doesn't look at him as the big homie, and we gonna get to the bottom of that. Carrying on to the next clip, and shout out again to those who support the work. We got a clip from someone I find personally to be very entertaining, even though they were exposed for being what is called a homo predator. Hey, I'm not. Hey, I'm just saying what the guys I interviewed said. They called the man a homo predator. We talking about yours truly, Jesse Lee Peterson, the guy who finds everything amazing and loves the blacks. Now he's interviewing this sloppy fellow again. Goodness, and is this guy wearing tie-dye? Liberals love tie-dye. I can't even lie. I even got some tie-dye myself.
What am I doing?
oh my goodness.
Okay,
Is this a
holy
joke?
shit. This is gonna be a convo. Saint timing in the comments for assumption. Thanks for the sub. We all know he'll not show up, but we know that a gamer has plenty of free time, and we know his fans have notified him. He's so like hungry for that. He's hungry for that clout. I'll give it to him, dude. Don't worry, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere today.
Hey there, Destiny. How are you?
Hey, pretty good. Were you talking about my school? Is that what was going on in here?
We're just warming up. We wanted to get some background on you because there's a funny thing going on the internet. Your fanatics, they deluded themselves into thinking that you're brighter than you are. You see, because you have a history of debating internet personalities who probably similar to yourself lack experience and sophistication. And so now you're about to get exposed. And I said, before we go in, let's take a little bit of background on who the guy is. And we saw in your own bio, you're making excuses for why you didn't complete a basic degree, a very easy degree.
Oh, la 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 la. You can see this boy kind of fuming. Look at Destiny. Look at Destiny's face. You see him fuming. He's like, oh my goodness. Do I have to
degree at a third-tier university? Brain's moving slow. He's befuddled already. He's befuddled.
Yeah. Okay. Here. So wait, just real quick, Chief. Okay. What kind of convo do you want to have here?
Throw him a lifeline. Let's do two things. Number one, let's go through and start with a little bit of interview so we can get familiar with you.
Yeah. Go for it. Okay.
We'll share a couple of questions, get familiar with you. And then we'll do the thing that you did on your stream, which is you played my content at length. So we'll play a couple clips of yours, and then we'll discuss it and react to it. And then if you want to get into any other political items, we can do that. But you'll notice that the title of this stream is twofold. Number one, it states that you're racist. And
don't throw words around. Why is he racist? He never seems to say why he's racist. I hate that because there are real racist people in this world, and when you chip in that it makes people don't take you seriously when things happen. So it's kind of ridiculous, I think.
The funny thing is I almost never use this term. I think it's overused and mostly people are lying and they're using that as an excuse to explain why they personally are losers. But in your case, you expose yourself. So we'll review that piece. And then there's a second thing you did, which is an abuse of language. And I find it to be very disgusting and dangerous. And you use this term homophobia, which actually doesn't really exist in real life. It's something that the left often does. You guys like to create words. And then you like to instrumentalize words and also pseudoscience to achieve your ends. And so we're going to discuss homophobia. And then, if you want to add on anything on the back end, fantastic. How's that sound?
It sounds good. I'm used to really emotional people lashing out, calling me racist, and I'm used to really emotional people being homophobic when they have nothing else to say. So wherever you want to go, we can go wherever you want.
That's a very good response. Very, very good response. You're emotional. You're not logical. So, I think this guy being all macho, call him emotional, it's not gonna sit down very well with him. But let's go ahead and keep watching.
I'm curious on the school thing. Wait, so why do you think I quit school?
You wrote that you quit school in your website. Let's confirm. Your website is destiny.gg. Is that you?
That's me.
Okay. In your website, it reads, quote, I went to the University of Nebraska at Omaha. And before we carry on, we're both clear that this is a third-tier university. This is a very low-ranking university.
You can go to community college, and it can be better than going to Harvard, because it's what you learn, and if you're able to get a job. The reason why most people, I think, will go to an Ivy League or high-tier school is the connections. Not because you learn more or you learn better. Trust me, for someone who's been around those environments, there's nothing that you will learn at a community college that maybe in community college your professors are much more involved with you because they don't have research, where and the grad assistants are not the one doing the work for them, where in a university mostly it's the grad assistant who's doing the work. So it doesn't matter.
Right.
It's a state school in my state. I didn't have money to go to a private school.
Can we just keep it real and say that this is like Shitville University? Can we just like not lie about that, or are we going to pretend?
Well, no. So I would say to people that I highly recommend going to state schools if they serve the purpose that you have. I think it's really stupid to take on a whole bunch. Well, excuse me, sir. Let me finish my answer. Right. I recommend people do state schools because why would I go to a university?
Can we agree that it's a low-tier university?
Yeah, it's a low-tier university, but I'm going for a music degree. There's no point unless I'm going to Berkeley or Juilliard. It's not going to matter as long as the studio is good. It really doesn't matter what school you go to, right? You understand that like a music performance degree from another state school doesn't matter. For music performance, the only thing that matters.
Where you go to school. That's why, like for example, Barack Obama went to Harvard. That helped him a great deal in pursuing the presidency.
Do you think that the school that you graduate from
indicate their pedigree?
Well, I'm just curious. Do you think the school you graduate from with a music performance degree, do you think that's going to mean anything when you go to apply for?
Don't change the subject.
Well, no. I'm asking you. I just want to hear. Are we here to have a conversation? You're just trying to do a hit piece, dude.
One second, my dear boy. I just want to see if you're living on the planet Earth.
I'm trying to have a conversation with you, but you're just trying to do a hit piece. I'm not emotional at all, but I'm not going to sit here and let you like drag me around in the conversation if you don't have a real talk.
It's okay to acknowledge that.
It's going to be a boring time.
He doesn't want to have a real talk, my friend. I can see this already. This thing is pretty quiet. Smart guy. I know they say he's a gamer or whatever. Yes, but you see him mostly debating, conservatives. I think that's how I came across of him a couple of years ago. And he has a very calm way of explaining himself. And he's also very good at trying to make actual debating, making a conservative debate. Because I think he was a right winger or something when he was a kid. So if you can do that, trying to think your opponent's view and by not chipping it, which I don't see him doing I don't think I see him doing a whole lot. Trying to make strawmans and chipping the argument. I think he tends to get it correctly, but his conclusion tend to be wrong. So he's very, very good. He knows, most conservative and libertarian languages, but he's a contradiction. I mean, he shoots guns. He lives in a state with no income taxes, but he's a Bernie Sanders supporter. Oh la la.
It could actually be entertaining and engaging too. Like we have the ability right now to have an interesting talk. I'm super calm right now, dude. I don't know if you know what it sounds like when somebody's excited, but this ain't it.
Calm down. Just relax real quick. I'm just asking you to find out if you're on planet Earth.
I'm definitely on planet Earth.
This is a stupid question. This guy doesn't want to have a question. He's trying to, it's a good, because tell me why, just go to the point. But he doesn't want to do that. What he's trying to do is trying to get him, wrap up, hype up, so that he, just insult him, which doesn't make any sense. You said the guy is racist. Tell me, go ahead and say why you think he's racist. Don't be a moron. Just go ahead. Because I hate when people do that. They are, racist people, anti-Semitic people, self-hating black, self-hating Jews, self-hating white. They are those people. But when you just call everybody that you disagree with, or you just want to make a name for yourself, because if he did not attack him, I don't think he would have been on his stream. And he's probably one of the famous guys. So if he posts this on his channel, he's going to make a lot of, he's going to get traffic. Now, I didn't know this guy till this debate, right? So there are chipping ways to do there's so many ways to critique, destiny. Than the...
Asked me, you said Marquette. You went to here university. low tier, and I went there to save money, or I went there because of this. But I wouldn't start giving long, verbose explanations, because that's just an indicator of insecurity. And what's more, you shouldn't try to defend it because you didn't even get a degree. You dropped out. You're a college dropout. So just say that I dropped out. I couldn't hack it. That's all I'm saying. Is like, you don't have to get angry and defensive.
Okay, sure. So the actual answer is that like different universities are good for different purposes. For a music performance degree, as long as the studio is good, you go to the studio. In terms of overall rankings of university, yeah, it's probably a really low ranked university. It's the UNO. It wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, but I'm not going to pay out the ass to go to a state school, or actually go to like a private school somewhere else. Yeah. But what's your longest
possible explanation to me simply?
Do you have any idea how insecure you have to be to look up the ranking of the school that I went to?
Possible explanation you could ever give to someone saying, can you agree that it's a
all right, go for it. What's your hit me up with your next question, dude?
To do a test to see if we're on planet Earth together, but you're defensive and you're insecure.
Gotcha.
You see, Achilles said finally took him 5 minutes to answer that. Right. I asked you a simple yes or no question, and then you got to give me a long story.
Well, I'm not going to let you jerk me around in the conversation, right? Like, what would be
please. No, not the sexual stuff. Come on, man. Like, it's early.
Yikes, bro. Yikes. Dude, you think about other dudes' dicks more than I do. That's really weird. But if that's how you swing, bro, that's cool. I've seen a lot of homophobic people that secretly want to suck a dick, and if that's what you're after,
I hear you. It's possible if we could try to avoid using that word.
Okay, as long as you stop making the sexual jokes, I'm cool for it too. All right.
I actually didn't. You're the first person to say anything that was homoerotic, but that's fine. That's fine.
If that eroticized you, my dude, that says way more about you than it does about me. But keep going. Okay.
Anyways, on your bio, on your bio on your website, it reads, "I went to the University of Nebraska at Omaha and majored in music performance, but eventually dropped out due to conflict with work at the time." I feel like that's one of those things where I'm like, bro, like, first off, if you didn't get a degree, there's no need to even list that. That's like me saying, like, I went to the mall, walked in the Gucci store, and left. It's like you didn't buy anything while you were there. That doesn't need to be a part of the narrative. It's like
classes while I was at. Wait, do you think I didn't take any classes at school?
What's that?
Do you think I didn't take any classes while I was there?
You don't go on LinkedIn and with an incomplete degree.
I'm not on. That's not. Wait. Hold on. I'm sorry. Is my website LinkedIn?
Number one.
Wait. No. I'm just a question. Just a question. Is my website LinkedIn?
The reason
is my website LinkedIn? Is my website LinkedIn? Can you answer a single question I'm going to ask you, or do you really just do this steamroll bullshit on every guest you bring on so you can like look good? I know you're hungry for my clout, so I know you want me to stay here. Okay. So let me ask you. I'm just asking you a question. Is my website LinkedIn?
Destiny.
That's a super easy yes or no question. Is my website LinkedIn? Is my website LinkedIn?
I just want to establish who you really are before we get going. Let's establish who you really are. You don't have to hide from, like, for example, let's look at it on the other side.
Well, no. How about this?
You said to me, Marquette, did you go to Berkeley and get a degree? I would say, sir, I did that in 3 years. Yes, I did. If you said, then did you go to Johns Hopkins University and take a master's degree while working full time? I'd say, yes, that's correct. So it's like the same thing. I wouldn't have like a long story. I just say, yes, that's correct, or no, that's incorrect. So the question is, why when we're verifying yours, like, you getting all defensive?
Okay. Is my website LinkedIn?
Why are you getting so defensive?
I'm not defensive. That's me. You're reading my biography. You're reading my website.
Everyone knows the answer.
Listen, Chief, if you go to my Wikipedia page, it says UNO on it. Ask them why they include it. I don't know. Some people like to know
what you did. Stop with the red hair.
What I did was people ask me, what is my education? What is my educational background? I did some college, and I wrote where I went to college at. I didn't say I have a degree.
Very good. Very good. Now, truth be told, did you fail to complete your degree because of school or because you're a screw up? Did you fail to complete your degree because of work or you're a screw up?
I tried hard, I guess.
You guess. So I'm asking you straight, like, was it work or are you a screw up?
Well, I don't think it was possible to finish that degree in 4 or 5 years while working overnight and providing for myself. I don't think it was possible for me to do it.
Okay, so your story, I just want to make sure I understand. So your narrative is that you as a young white kid enrolled, did you have any kids or do you have any children you're providing for?
I have one, but not at the time, no.
I said at that time. Are you paying attention, my dear boy?
I'm paying attention. Dog, this is super cringe. If you want me to stay, I just need you to turn the cringe down like at least like 5 points.
Did you have any
so
children
aggressive?
at that time?
I didn't have any children at the time. No.
Okay. So I'm just trying to establish who you are, right?
You're not trying to establish anything, dude. You're just trying to be a jerk. And if there is no one who's watching this thinks like you're a very serious person, because you know you really got what you're looking for. I mean, I don't know how this debate really why you wanted a debate, because this is not a debate. This is just a clown show, you know.
Nah, you're trying to railroad a narrative of me to like
no,
poison the well in front of your audience.
Like I'm not. No. We're gonna get into it. We're just establishing who you are, because the internet is filled with charlatans. You're one of them.
I am.
Why is charlatan?
Yeah, you're absolutely one of them, and I want it to be clear, and that's what we're agreeing on. The fact.
There's a reason why I've been here for 12 years. Be gone in 2. Poser, go ahead. Tell me.
Yeah. So your story is that you didn't have any kids. You were a young white kid in university, and you couldn't complete university because you were working a job. That's your story?
That's my story. Good job. Nice. You can read. I guess you learned that at Johns Hopkins, huh? Getting that master's degree.
Oh, very funny.
So I just want to. Okay, so now we have that. You went to university and basically
dropped. Also, does that make me a John Hopkins? I did a diploma course in their public health school. Does that make me a John Hopkins guy? I mean, anyone can go to John Hopkins. Come on, anyone can go to. Literally, it's so easy to go to any of those Ivy League school. It's not that difficult, you know. I mean, maybe not when you are going for your undergrad, but you know, it's not really. So let's just. This is kind of hard to watch, but let's try.
Popped out, and you have this long story about I had to have a.
It's not really a long story. It's like one sentence long. Maybe that's long for you. I don't know. Maybe you're not a great reader, I guess. I don't know. Maybe you need to go for the PhD instead, but it's not that long. It seemed like you read it pretty quickly.
And then in terms, I'm just going through your website real quick because I want to have some background.
Cool. You can go through my Wikipedia as well. I have one of those, you know, if that makes you more impressed, you know. I looked for your...
You are very Cloud. We're going to clarify all of that.
Well, I'm not just proud of Internet Cloud. I mean, I have a big bank account too. I mean, what do you want to compare? I mean, you can do whatever you want.
We can compare bank accounts. You see, you haven't done your research clearly. You see, you're one of those goofballs that you think the internet is everything. I'll give you a quick example real quick of how I look at you.
Gotcha.
This is how I look at you.
Okay.
So I have a buddy of mine, is Michael Bloomberg, right? I have more YouTube.
I'm sure you do, man.
Right?
I just got off the phone with my friend Soros, and he told me all about you, so don't worry. I know.
No, this. Here's somebody. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, you know Mike Bloomberg. Okay. I know Rudy Giuliani. Okay, now you throwing names over here. Whom do I know? Dinkins? Oh my goodness.
What's up here? Okay.
Hold on one second. So I have more YouTube subscribers than Michael Bloomberg, right? But Michael Bloomberg is way more important than me in real life. And in real life, it turns out that that's the real measure.
Yeah, but Michael Bloomberg's not.
How in real life nobody knows you. Nobody cares about you. What have you done in your life? In real life, this guy is just in real life. What has he done?
His failed YouTube channel. So I think that's the difference between you and Bloomberg there. But go ahead.
Hold on one second, my dear.
Also, Michael Bloomberg also has a Wikipedia article. So technically, I've got more in common with him than you do. But you know.
Why are you so angry?
I'm not angry at all, dude. Why do you think I'm angry? Do you think if you just keep saying you're angry, you think you can empath that into my brain?
About people like you, it's the dishonesty that gets
tell me. I'm so dishonest. That's why my whole life story is on my website, my dude.
Hold on one second.
Tell me how dishonest I am. I got all the seconds in the world, my dude.
You take all the time to go through my clips. Before you played my clip on your channel, I'd never heard of you.
Bruv, I still haven't heard of you. I still have no idea who the f you are. The only reason I've played...
Oh, this is funny. What are you offered? But you wanted to debate him. So why don't you go ahead and debate? I mean, aren't you get tired of this? It's been like I haven't actually, played this, and still it's like, oh my goodness. Go ahead and debate. Go, go, go ahead. All right, let's keep going.
With her, and then I watched her on your show.
You have to overtalk.
Oh, okay, go for it. If I have a chance to respond, go for it.
Yeah, absolutely you will. Absolutely. It's just that you just lied and you claimed that someone's using you for clout when last I checked, you made a live stream and you a second live stream and you watched my clip at length. So you brought me into the situation. I didn't bring you into the situation, so don't lie about that. Now the floor is yours to respond directly to you claiming I'm using you for clout when you brought me onto your stream twice via video and at length the second time. Feel free to respond to that.
Gotcha. So I still don't know who you are. By the time this conversation is over, I'm not going to know who, because you are nobody. The only reason why your clip was on my stream is because a lovely young lady came and talked to me about some racial related issues. And then somebody pointed out that she was also on your show. So I watched that show for her appearance on there. I don't know who you are. I know who she is. I watched a couple segments from that. And that's the extent to how I'm familiar with your content.
Did you actually address the question? I see you're having trouble.
So the thing that you said was, I actually wrote them down because I know people like you have trouble focusing. So you said you brought my clip and then I watched the live stream at length and I didn't bring you into the situation. I responded to all three of those points directly by saying that the only clips that I watched had the lady on my stream that was on your show. And that's the only reason I watched those clips. Is there some part of that that you didn't?
He made it simple, dude. Mr. Hopkins.
Understand.
So the point was this. I'll help you out. The point was this.
I don't need any help. I just need you to enunciate, like actually like verbalize your thoughts. Yeah, go for it.
You completed your response.
Okay.
The point was this, that you made an accusation that I was pursuing you for clout. When the opposite is true, you brought me onto your stream 2 times, and the second time you played my clip at length, which is to say, when you bring up me in conversation, then you've now engaged interaction. So you're being dishonest to suggest that for some reason I came out of nowhere to try to utilize you for clout, because truth be told, I clearly don't respect you, and there's no reason to respect you. We're going to go through all of the points as to why you deserve no respect. Okay?
Okay, so the first time I watched, my friend was on your stream. The second time was because you were making a response. Oh, excuse me, sir. Can I finish my response? The second time was because you were watching me, so I decided to watch and respond. And the third thing is that when you are so ass mad that after me responding to like 5 minutes of your content, you've got to go live with a title like Expose Destiny, the racist gamer and the live homophobia, it's pretty clear that you're clout trucking. But I enjoy it, so here we are.
Ah, I see. So why would I be chasing clout? Tell me more about that one.
You're looking for those YouTube subs.
YouTube subs? Mm-hmm. How does that make me money?
How does it make you money? I don't know. Everybody, it's not usually about the money. Usually people want influence, and more subs is more viewers is more influence. There's a reason why you're probably not happy with the 10K viewers per video you get. That's my guess.
I see. So right now you're making a lot of assumptions, and they happen to all be wrong and have no foundation and evidence. You're guessing. It's a supposition. So we'll just skip that because it's irrelevant, because it doesn't go anywhere.
Because it's true and everybody can see it, but that's fine. We can skip that.
Marie said, what does Scrub do? Didn't even go to Creighton. Artist said, roast this, peace to the saints.
Yeah.
Solon said, peace to the saints. The big homie's going to give him the business. Hope people will learn from this. Now he has to give the clown the sledgehammer. Carry on. Yeah.
And another thing I noticed about your personal life, and it's important to know who the speaker is. And I'm sharing this with you right now so that you can correct it if it's incorrect, because of course you know yourself. So in your personal life, my understanding is that you got married and then you got divorced, and you had a child with the first woman you got divorced from, and then you got with another woman. Like, would you break that all down for us real quick?
No, I don't really think I need to break down my personal life. I don't know if it's relevant to this conversation. I'm good on that.
I'll tell you why it is relevant.
Okay, tell me. Go ahead.
Because when you're talking about, well, number one, when you're out leader, you should have merit and you should have traits that are admirable. That's number one. Especially when you're getting into politics, you're getting on the side of lobbying. Yes, for sure. It's important to know who you are. And that's why every time someone steps out front, they're stepping under a microscope. Now, in your case, you're an individual who's divorced. You're an individual who has a child that's being raised by you. And you're now in an open, what you call a marriage, but it's certainly not a marriage. That's an abuse of the term. And this is why we should give out civil unions to more people, especially those who have alternative practices. But you are in a situation where you've had a series of very unfortunate relationships. And this is important to know about you.
So if I am a leader, I will showcase the traits.
Oh la 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 la. Oh la la. It's so sad.
That I think are admirable. I think I've accomplished quite a bit in my life, given the background that I come from. I do not need to throw up every part of my personal life for random clout sharks like you on a show. If you want to know more about my personal life, you're welcome to visit my YouTube channel, my Wikipedia, or you can come to my stream and ask questions in my chat like every other subscriber. And series of unfortunate relationships, I'm pretty happy with how my life has turned out. I'm pretty happy where I'm at right now, and I'm pretty happy with my current relationships right now. So, but also, again, to be clear, I don't feel the need to allow a stranger like you to go through my life with a fine-tooth comb. That's really f***ing weird.
Well, there's no need to curse. I don't know if you're getting angry about this, but your child, for example, would be in a better situation if they're being raised by their two biological parents. All the data indicates such. And these are the things that we're pointing out. It's indication of mistakes in your life. It's not that people don't make mistakes. It's just that if you're going to step out and be hyper critical for people, you probably want to kind of be a little bit more together. And
do you think that you have to have a perfect life to be critical of other people?
I did not say that. I actually just said the opposite. I said that people make mistakes, but I said you should be a little more together if you were paying attention.
Okay, so I'm just curious. Are you ever going to answer a question I ask, or is it always the games with you?
What is your question?
So my question was, do you have to be a perfect person to be critical of other people?
I just stated, and I'll repeat it, and then I'll re-answer it again. You said, do you have to be a
I lost the stream.
Just die?
By the internet, like I do in Africa.
Fuck, this is gonna be like an Alex Stein tier conversation with this dude. I was hoping he would at least be able to do like a back and forth, but it's just like he's like a younger version of Jesse Lee Peterson, except he probably doesn't have like a stroke or two in his medical history to justify how absolutely brain dead he is. Or incapable of engaging. Oh, how disappointing. But I guess there's a reason why, right? There's like a prerequisite like threshold for IQ that you can have in order to even be engaged in these communities, right? Like typically at like 105, most of them are going to bleed out by the time they're 22. Like there's no way that you stay in like a mind rock community this long. Although this guy's story is exceptional because if you watch the past videos, at one point in his life he was like a pretty smart dude. That's like the thing that blows my mind the most, that when you watch where he comes from, because I was expecting to dig into this dude's background, he's like a total f***ing moron, but he's not. He's actually like pretty smart. Like I watched him talk to other people where he seems smart. He was in business, he seems smart. I don't know if it's like a grift that he does on his show just to like earn money from like random suckers on YouTube or what, but I hope that at least his audience can recognize it. Like if somebody wants to have a talk with me, you can go on my YouTube channel. Like I'll engage back and forth with anybody, and it's not going to be like a 15-minute conversation on like, well, didn't you go to school and drop out? Well, didn't you get divorced? Blah blah blah. Like, oh shit. Oh hey, you're back. What's up, brother? How you doing?
we certainly are not brothers. But please forgive me, my internet went out. You had asked me a question.
God, what a jerk. He's trying to build a rapport. You're like, you are not my brother. That's right. You show him that you are not his brother. Oh my goodness.
Before we
I was just curious, do you think you need to be perfect to criticize other people?
Well, firstly, I don't think criticizing other people I think you're probably more rightly thinking individuals. In the case of your racism, you were criticizing a people, and we'll get to that later. But to be critical of individuals, I think that's really useless. But to be critical of people's ideas and their life ways, I think it's certainly appropriate that you be someone who is an example. And this is why we don't like to see hypocrisy in religious leaders, because we expect them at some level to walk a straight path. So the answer is that you are not ever going to be perfect, but you should be a better example. And in your case, having an ex-wife, being a divorcee, having a child that you're not raising in your home with that biological mother, and being in an open relationship, I think it's an abomination, not to mention your sexual practices.
Okay, so can you give me an example of one piece of advice I've given that you think is inappropriate for me to speak on? Just one thing, something where I've said it and you're like,
I appreciate your question. Real quick, I'm going to read this one by Jabrizi, and all of the folks, your fans included, feel free to send in any questions, because I do want them to be able to ask us questions and engage.
They can always super chat it to me. They don't have to ship you money, but I'm glad that you're really excited to get started.
Jabrizi, he writes, I got way more views than Destiny, and I can tell you don't need to be a stand-up guy to get viewers, clearly. But play to the popular narrative or make content that confirms people's biases. Oh, indeed. And the funny thing about you is, like, you're irrelevant in the real world, and for some reason being a video game player and having internet clout makes you think that you're cool. And the even more curious thing about you that I really find entertaining and quite petty is that
you're not going to answer my question. He's actually not going to answer my question. He just skipped it completely.
You looking at me and seeing that you're inferior, you go to the one thing that you think you have.
I'll ask it again, I guess.
So I think he was Googling directed by Jabrizi when that super chat was read. So on that one account, Jabrizi has 2.45 million subscribers, and he has other YouTube accounts as well.
Right. I did want to play.
Just so you know, I'm going to ask you the same question again, like when you're done. I'm not going to engage with anything until you actually answer my question.
Well, we're here interviewing you. At the beginning, you said, what would you like to do? And I said, start with an interview.
Okay, so let me understand. I'll just ask that. So am I not allowed to ask any question or respond? Just tell me and I can leave now.
You're already being dishonest, because you already asked me a question and I answered it 3 times.
Okay, so then can I ask, so then when you're making assertions about my character, can I ask you a question?
Relax one second.
Well, I'm not gonna be your dog, my dude.
You're having trouble on the hot seat right now. You're trying your best to change the narrative, and you're also lying.
Well, I hope that your fans can see that you are unwilling or unable to engage with a single question that I ask. And I guess the strategy is just the false bravado of an insecure little man that just screams at an opponent and tries to character assassinate until I get to leave the interview.
One thing about you that was a lie. We're talking.
Do you think that character assassination is only a lie? Is that the truth? Do you think that's true right there?
Why does the truth bother you?
I never said the truth bothered me.
You really are bothered.
I never said that.
So it's not, I'm not sticking up for Destiny, but it's not so much of the truth. I think sometimes you can misrepresent the truth, right? You can say a little bit of this and then really trying to misrepresent the truth, and I think that's what he's doing. He's literally trying to misrepresenting the truth. So he's not telling the truth completely, but he's misrepresenting the truth. That's what bothers me. So it's not necessarily like he's lying right away, but using a little bit of the truth to misrepresent the person, to assassinate the person, or to shut the person down.
Truth bothered me at all.
Well, then why are you so amped up? If someone was asking me, Marquette,
my only question to you was: is there a singular piece of advice that I've given that my life experience precludes me from speaking on? I just want to know. I'm just curious.
Why are you so bothered for people to know what you're about?
How can you say that I'm bothered for people to know about when you're reading this information off of my website that I chose to put on there? You say your world is kind of falling apart? If you want to know anything about me, it's on my Wikipedia, it's on my website, it's on my YouTube videos, my dude. The only reason you know anything about me is because I've chosen to put it out there. So I'll repeat again for the 6th time. I don't know how many times you got to do it for the Johns Hopkins kid, but why is it? What is the piece of advice that I've given that you think I can't give because of my life experience? Can you tell me this?
One? Yeah, okay, here I got to answer.
Okay. Oh, cool. Thank you. It only took 6 times. Okay, go for it.
Here we go. You said, what's a piece of advice that you shouldn't be giving, right? Yeah. Based on your experience, and experience is like kind of like what you do, right? Mm-hmm. So here's one. I want to make sure.
Oh, you're just going to play a YouTube clip. Damn, you really can't engage at all. Holy
no, it's
shit.
For you. It's of you. So it's of you. So just check this out.
How disappointing. Yeah.
And this one points out a couple interesting things. I just like to use primary source.
I think Destiny made a mistake thinking that this guy is not gonna argue a good. It's just bad faith argument. He's not trying to come up with anything like good faith. Just bad faith argument. Like you literally don't learn anything, and most of his debates that he has, you do learn something. So I don't know.
Just here.
His values, consistency of values, has outright been caught out as a hypocrite by himself. He just did it on his own, all because of NFTs. Now, this was what every one of them.
Wait, so this is some advice you're about to give, right?
5 days. Every single person on the internet, every single person on the internet, okay, that is pushing NFTs is just trying to find a bigger sucker. That's it. That's all it is. Every one of them. Basically, scam. I consider that all of them crypto is too, man. There's people who never stop tweeting about crypto. I know, I wish there was like a big macro. There needs to be a macro accounting of human behavior because we all grow up making fun of certain people, and then we all grow and we do that behavior.
Okay, so now let me finish this point off. So number one, you were just on camera stating that people should not get NFTs because it's a big scam. So Destiny just said NFTs are a scam. It's a Ponzi scheme. It's a pyramid scheme. We're trying to find a bigger sucker. It's a scam. NFTs are a scam. So that's what he said. Now look at the same guy, Destiny. Here we go. Let's hear what he says now when he can make a buck off of it.
Right? When I grew up, people made fun of motherfuckers that sold Avon, Mary Kay, Amway, but like, bro, onto his audience, because why not? I think that the idea behind this is you can basically buy and sell, or you can buy and sell like Twitch clips, and then you get an NFT that you can autograph by the streamer who the clip is of. Oh my God! Did you know that? And 10% of the revenue goes to the streamer.
10% of the revenue goes to the streamer.
There
are their
legendary Twitch clips out there. Okay, legendary Twitch clips out there.
And he just self-proclaimed that he has legendary Twitch clips. So now let me summarize my answer to your question.
Go for it.
Your question was, based on your experience, what should you not be able to give advice about? Based on your experience, we just observed you state out of your mouth that NFTs are a scam. Then we looked at a separate video clip where you realized that you could make money off of NFTs. So what did you do? You started scamming. And who just started scamming? Your own fan base. So clip one, you're saying NFTs are a scam. Clip two, you're selling NFTs. Based on your experience, being a person who says don't do it, but then you do it because you can make money, you're someone who has no integrity. Hence, you should not be a leader and not be giving advice because you're clearly a money-hungry scammer. Is that an answer to your question?
No, it really doesn't have anything to do with my life experience. But so let's talk about NFTs. Well, it doesn't. You said you were gonna use my life experience. Excuse me, I believe I'm allowed to answer. You said you were gonna use my life experience to invalidate advice that I was giving. That's not a life experience thing, but that's fine. Let's tangle with this. Let's deal with this. So let me ask you a question. Do you know what an NFT is? No. Hold on. You just went on a whole spiel. You're not gonna engage. He's actually not gonna critically engage at all. He's just gonna play. He's gonna play a chimped clip, and then he's gonna say that. In order to have a conversation with you, I need to make sure that you're intellectually equipped for it. So the first question is, I need to know, do you know what an NFT is? Do you know what an NFT is?
You peddling NFTs. Okay, so what's the difference between what's the difference between you encouraging your fans to send you money through the purchase of NFTs versus just how everybody else goes about NFTs? You're doing the ethical NFT.
If you want to sell an NFT to somebody and you advertise it as such, this is an NFT. If you want, in my case, it was a clippable stream moment with some varying levels of rarity, then you have the right to do that. Go for it. But if you're trying to sell somebody an NFT and say like, bro, buy this NFT in like 2 months, you're gonna get rich. Okay, I'm selling this now for 10K. You can.
So it's just the lack of prosperity gospel attached to it.
you understand this is, so I'll go back to the Beanie Baby example. Do you think there's a difference between selling somebody a Beanie Baby saying, hey, here you go, have fun with it, collect it, whatever, versus selling somebody a Beanie Baby saying, hey, keep this in like, it'll be worth 3x its value?
Princess Diana Beanie.
I hope they, I still don't know what NFT is. So I hope they really can explain what NFT is. All right, let's go ahead.
Baby, dude, it's gonna blow up. In fact, I think it did. But like,
I'm gonna ask you the same question. Go ahead.
I just think it's interesting. I don't know, man.
You got the same question, so think about it. I know you're rambling right out of things, so go for it.
When you said before that it was a big scam and that you were just looking for suckers to buy NFTs, like, you think that now you're justified in doing that because you're not telling them to make money off of it.
First, correctly them.
For them. Third party that you're sponsored by?
It's not like I hold the NFTs and I'm trying to unload it onto a bigger sucker. I'm pretty sure the first party origination is the original site. The problem is I don't even think you know what NFTs are. So I'm going to ask you the question again. What is the difference between an NFT and a Beanie Baby? Or do you think there's a difference between selling somebody a Beanie Baby and saying, hey, here you go, collect it, maybe sell in the future, versus selling somebody a Beanie Baby and saying, hey, in like 5 years, this will be 3x its value? Do you think there's a difference between that?
Well, I think one is when you tell someone that there's an ability for them to invest in something and then they do or do not make money on it, that could be a bad thing.
True, sure. I agree, 1,000,000%. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think people that sell NFTs do exactly that. They say, bro, buy this shit, it's going to be worth...
Okay, but so do you find the sale of NFTs at all ethical?
Yeah, sure. An NFT is a thing. You can buy and sell it if you want.
Wild.
Well, why do you think buying or selling an NFT... Wait, hold on. Okay. I need to hear you. I need to hear you explain this to me. Why do you think buying or selling an NFT is unethical?
Why do I think buying or selling an NFT is unethical?
Yeah.
Because it's not a scam product that...
How is it not a real thing? Can you expand on that? What do you mean it's not a real thing? You know that a CSGO skin is not a real thing. What do you mean by that?
Right, a CSGO thing, I think you agree is like a gamble loot box, though, that you disagree with and you wouldn't take on sponsorship for, right?
Do you think there's a difference between CSGO... Do you think there's a difference between CSGO skin gambling versus like a CSGO skin?
I mean, it's the result of the other. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
no, well, hold on. I just also, by the way, for reference to my chat, I told you guys, if anybody tried to bring this up, then nobody even knows the fucking NFT is. This is why this is not the slam dunk that people think. Fuck all of you, okay? All of you dipshits in my fucking Reddit, okay? I know you're watching, and you're like, Desi, people bring up an NFT thing in the future, and it's going to be the easiest dunk of the world. No, it's not, you morons. Nobody knows what the NFT is. You really think somebody's gonna be able to dunk on me on some shit where they don't even know what the it is? Like, that is like the easiest landmine, like pitfalls in the entire world. You're gonna try to argue with me about a technology you don't even know what it is? Are you serious? You're gonna try to quote mine me and you don't have any understanding of any of the topics? It's like, that's like the easiest debate shit in the world. Holy.
Let me answer that. You asked me a question.
Yeah,
I'm gonna answer that.
Okay, let me hear it.
First off, you clearly have... And you started mentioning bank account number one.
Yep.
Then number two, what's my background?
He's not answering. Did you hear an answer to that? Did anybody say anything?
One. No, don't talk. I'm talking right now. You asked me a question.
Okay, do the ramble thing before you get to the answer. Okay, go for it.
Now, I also hosted a conference. During my conferences, I teach people about entrepreneurship.
Ooh, big mistake, but okay. Yeah. How to grow 100,000 sub YouTube channels?
Hold on one second.
Yeah. Or how to start failed pledge. How did that go?
Yeah. Keep interrupting. He's mad.
I'm not mad at all, dude.
But you interrupt me. You're so angry. Calm down.
It's all right, man. I'm sorry.
Calm down. Just let me answer the question. You don't got to get angry.
It
you see people like me try to cut me off so the truth doesn't get out. You just asked me, do I know about NFTs? Now close your lips so I can answer your question. Because you feel stupid right now because you didn't realize you're talking to a technologist.
Okay, let's see if you can answer the question. I'm excited. Go ahead.
Be silent so I can answer your question.
Okay.
And when it's your turn to talk, I will be silent out of respect.
Go.
Now, you clearly had no background. I'm helping you out with an answer. You asked, do I know what NFTs are? Not only do I know what NFTs are.
I'm just waiting for you. I was waiting for you to answer. You're gonna say the answer?
Triggered. He's truly triggered.
Okay, no, that's cool. I'll chill. Wait, go ahead.
You are? He can't even have a proper conversation. He's basically like storming off. This is what happens on Maury when they say, you're not the father, and the chick just storm off. Wow. He's mad angry. He asked me a question. I didn't want to hear the answer.
Were you going to tell me what an NFT is?
This guy's angry. Now listen.
Go ahead.
I had a conference here.
Oh, he's not.
During the conference, we showed people exactly how to create NFTs from scratch. So I had my buddy. You don't have to be disrespectful just because you're angry about the fact that you were busted in a lie. Would you mind stop playing music?
Were you going to tell me what an NFT is?
Would you stop playing music and just listen to the answer? Because right now you're angry and now you're trying to distract. This is very petty. Oh, he's mad. He's mad. Does any of his followers want to get on and tell me how this is the rational great debater?
Do you have somebody Googling the answer? Is that what you're waiting for? So this is okay, so for the people that don't know, right now what's happening is a stall tactic. He probably has a friend who's trying to Google what, and he can give some kind of answer that sounds somewhat clear. But he doesn't know. He has no idea what an NFT is.
Pathetic. This is what you are. You're pathetic. Long story short, I hosted a conference. I showed people how to create NFTs from scratch from the command line.
It's kind of very funny that he has this Cash App thing over here so that people will send him money. Whatever you think about that, right over here so people will send him money. I think it's kind of funny about that. All right.
From the command line? Please, can you tell me how? I want to know how to create an NFT from the command line. Which command line?
Create NFTs from scratch. We also business model behind NFTs, and then we also explain the scams going on with NFTs, which are what is perpetrated by you, the kind of people who say don't do it and then turn around and start selling them. You're the Kim Kardashian of that situation. You don't have the foggiest idea of what an NFT is or the underlying technology, yet you try to make a buck off of your following, and you are pathetic.
That was a whole bunch of. Okay, I'm curious. Does your audience realize that you don't know what it is?
Do you realize that you literally said NFTs are a scam and then turned around and started selling NFTs? Can you explain how that makes sense?
I can't talk to you unless I know that you know what you're talking about. I don't know what an NFT is.
Please stop it. You sound foolish. I'm
the one that sounds foolish?
You're talking to a technologist saying that I don't know what
scam. Entrepreneur, educator. Only money.
I saw a clip of you saying NFT scam, and then we saw a clip of you selling NFTs.
So I'm just letting you know, this conversation right now, it's not moving forward until either one, you hang up, or two, you tell me what an NFT is. I want you to tell me what an NFT is. I want you to tell me what an NFT is.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Wow.
I'm waiting for you, Chief.
Wow. Let's play back that clip of him saying NFTs are a scam, and then he starts selling NFTs.
Oh yeah.
Let's play it back.
I'm just gonna play clips of me all night. This is like a greatest hits of the Destiny stream shit. Okay.
This was what he first initially said, and his take on NFTs about 5 days ago.
Every single person on the internet. Every single person on the internet. Okay. That is pushing and trying to find a bigger sucker.
Every single person on the internet,
every one of them,
pushing NFT, trying to find a bigger sucker. Every person. Then let's see who's pushing NFTs with us big.
Buy and sell. Buy and sell like clips, and you get an NFT, then you can get autographed by
the streamer who the clip is of. Oh my god! Did you know that? And 10% of the revenue goes to the streamer. Okay.
Now, he's selling NFTs. Now let's go to the racism clip real quick. Let's go to.
Wait a second. You're really not going to tell me what? You're not going to tell me. You're not going to tell me what it is.
But this is the most important.
You're going to go through all of that. You're going to tell me you're making NFTs on the command line, and you're not going to answer this question. You're really not.
Racism clip right here.
Unbelievable.
Now, you guys understand this, and it's funny when you see a racist.
Wait, did he mute me?
Pretend as though they're not.
I think he muted me. Okay, I'm gonna mute him until he unmutes me. When he unmutes me, he can like.
So he didn't answer that.
Shadow is spamming. What is an NFT? I want to know what an NFT. I want to know. Can you guys ask him? I want to know what is an NFT.
He might not know how to live his life in terms of morals, but he knows how to get to the bag. Shout out to him.
Who is this degenerate loser?
So first off, let's see. The first thing he says is, "Who's this degenerate?"
Are you on a stream?
Term,
well, he's got me like in a stream yard, but he has me muted, so we're just. What would your defense of NFT is essentially like a demarcation, I think, on some kind of blockchain. I think it was usually on This is a guy that, unironically, if you would have...
Let's see.
Come on.
With camera on.
Yeah, with camera on. Absolutely.
Okay, we'll get to the super chats.
Yeah.
You can't possibly think this makes him looks good, right? Well, so his interview strategy is like, basically the question is like, you railroad a certain...
themselves, because it's not how I should be going in. I'm sorry.
Family. I built up some rapport.
Nonsense.
So let's
James.
go.
It's
But
FT.
That's what the whole chat says. Like, they think it's funny.
It is funny.
Joshua said $50. He said tuition.
Alert.
Said Peace to the Saints tuition.
Oh yeah, and by the way, Josh was actually at the created
Yeah.
NFTs.
Jordan said
They created NFTs at the conference. Oh, dude, somebody's got to link me a fucking video of this dude's conference, please.
Milken said, find it turbo weird him playing piano, not debating.
Yeah, I mean, he can't win. That's the problem, is that he's not able to win. So he's talking about irrelevant things. Now, here's the thing. I clearly showed 2 videos where he's a fraud. He says, don't buy it. It's a fraud. Then he starts selling it. So he's a fraud. Then what does he do? He starts distracting rather than explaining. How do you flip-flop from saying this is bad and then trying to make money off of it? And then he just starts with the nonsense. James.
Hey,
James.
Jalen said peace to the
see
Saints.
these videos, they just talk past each other, but he was not able to. Remember what how the whole thing just started? That he said he's racist, and he was not able to come up with why he was racist. So I don't know. I think I got stupid here.
Are you really going to engage in an international?
That nonsense, James. Are you one of Destiny's acolytes?
Practice. Are you really going to engage in an international?
Do you have can you pop in some headphones? I'll pop you back. I'll bring you back on when you get some.
Wait in here.
Okay, this guy's name is Destiny Fan 1, so that's good. So we know where he stands. Hey there, you have something you'd like to bring up?
1 second, hold on. I need to connect my AirPods so we don't have the same issue.
Telling me to hold on, man.
Audio.
Hey there, you have something you want to bring Destiny perhaps, since he's not able to represent himself?
Oh yeah. Well, we were talking about like homophobia and things like that, right?
Yeah, we're talking about the language of homophobia. Yes, it's a misnomer.
Yeah, well, I feel like it's not the actual, because so like I'm claustrophobic, right? So like
diagnosed, or you feel like you are claustrophobic?
I didn't really feel a need to get a definition because of how it is.
Okay,
but I'm not like afraid of it. It just makes me uncomfortable, and I tend to not put myself in the situations, or I try to dodge it.
Oh, dude, if this is an extended troll.
You realize that a phobia is like a mental illness or a disorder.
Oh, dude, if this is, oh my God, no way. Is he going to do it? No shot. He's not going to do it.
There's no medicine for to help with it.
He's not going to do
it. There's no medicine for arachnophobia either, right? The fear of spiders.
No
but the
shot.
point is that it's something that is diagnosable, and it's a real disorder. And there's actually a book with all of the known mental ailments, and experts have put this book together, and they'll remove things out of the book when they've done a scientific paper that's
I think he googled the phobia thing, which is all this, and he's looked at it and reading it.
But research is there's things go into the book, and things come out of the book based on the experts agreeing that it's a real thing. So the term phobia is a medical diagnosis. It's not a colloquialism. So what I'm saying is that this has been politicized.
You can do this.
It's a misnomer that's used strategically for the advancement of the leftist. Understand?
Yeah, no, that's a fair assessment. But I just
it's like an abuse of language. I'm saying that the left often abuses language to take their advantage.
Where's the link? Oh, here.
For example, they have
I feel like it's going to crash if I let all you guys in, but
gender from relationships, which is fine if you're an LGBTQ person, but if you're a heterosexual person, and 97% of human beings are equality, then that's not something that we need to have forced on us.
Yeah. So I mean, there's like a phobia for basically everything. So there's like a phobia.
No, there's not a phobia for everything.
There's like a phobia for like explanations. There's like phobia for like explanations. So people will try to dodge explanations, kind of like you tried to dodge the NFT thing earlier.
No, was that the actual? Was the point of like where you?
So the point was
no, really, the point.
He did it. Hey man,
he really wanted to catch you in a lie. So you tried skipping it and trying to move on to the next point.
That's the problem, is that I asked him if he was scamming.
Because you still haven't answered yet. One second,
man. I asked him if he was scamming, and to avoid saying yes, Marquette, I said don't do it. It's bad, and then I turned around and tried to sell them.
Oh, you know who this guy is?
Admit that, he starts going down the path of what is an NFT, which is going to get me to talk. No, we're not going to do that game. We're going to have you answer the question.
Oh. Here we go.
Patrick, how are you?
Patrick.
Hey. Yeah, just sort of homophobia discussion that you're having. Would you say that it's sort of like an ideology instead of like an actual real thing?
The word itself constitutes an ideology?
Yeah. So they're trying to indoctrinate people to an ideology.
So I think it's most people who are using the word are just the followers. Mm-hmm. There were people who are a lot more intelligent than the followers who created a discourse.
Yeah.
Which is they've constructed language to push forward a given agenda. Folks are using it. For example, I know Christians and Muslims who instead of saying husband and wife, they say partner. The word partner has been a creation of that, LGBT group, which is very clever, and that's some of the best.
Oh no, load it up, guys!
In the world,
load up, dude! I want to make NFTs out of this fucking YouTube channel. I don't want to sell it for $5,000.
Yeah, they created. Everyone else is just following it.
Yeah,
and been pushed out.
It's something that I've sort of noticed. It almost feels like a sort of like pyramid scheme where like, for example, I got into Destiny because I had a really big. He sort of introduced me to his ideology and all of that, and part of that was the homophobia and trying to indoctrinate me into it. And one way that he did it, it was like really subtle, but I didn't really think about it. Is do you know what boba tea is by chance?
Yeah, I think it's a tea that has a large.
And so he was. In my mind, he was kind of trying to almost like turn me into like a sort of like, not to get into sort of red pill talking points, but like almost like a beta where he was like giving me tons of sugar because that's basically all boba tea is. It's just sugar, like balls at the bottom. And after thinking about it, I realized that he was trying to indoctrinate me into like the sort of like pro idea of homophobia as like an ideology, instead of like trying to be like an actual friend and look out for me. And so I told him like enough tea, like NFT, like what's an NFT? What is an NFT?
Real quick, can you guys stop trying to join the chat because it's full and it keeps on popping up. So if you guys could remove, stop trying to join. It's kind of like blocking my view.
Oh, hey,
talk to me.
This is funny. This is funny. Don't mess with nerds, right? Don't mess with nerds because they're trolling him. It's so funny.
Yeah. I just wanted to say thank you for a lot of the work you do actually on here, because I used to be a Destiny fan, but I learned that it was actually kind of silly because that's actually a girl's name. So I don't know, it seemed really feminine of him to like do that type of stuff online. Okay. And I really think a lot of the indoctrination that he does online is just really pathetic. I think it's really ridiculous. And he actually also doesn't know what an NFT is. So I was wondering if you could explain it to me.
You guys are awesome. Talk to me.
Oh, hey, Marquette. All right, so I got the command prompt open. What command do I have to put into make an NFT? Because
for example,
right,
if you want to generate Solana, do you know how to generate Solana?
Solana? No. What command do I?
Oh, silly buddy.
Oh, how's it going?
We got a black one. This is good.
A black one?
Yeah.
What?
Destiny does. I don't know. I mean, did you see the Jesse Lee Peterson interview? You had to be asked a lot if you like black people. So I'm sorry. I'm really starting to doubt if he does. No, seriously. I've been watching him for a very long time, and I followed a lot of things from his life, and now I'm actually really starting to doubt everything. So I don't know. But you mentioned Solana, right? That you can generate.
Generate Solana wallet. Do you know how to do that? Oh, damn, he actually dropped out.
Oh, hello. Sorry, am I on?
Yeah, you're on. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Hey, sorry, I have like no time for all these people who are like just trolling you and shit. I wanted to ask you because I actually I went to Berkeley.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, just to be clear, you're talking about like UC Berkeley, not like Berkeley College of Music, right? Because that's.
Unfortunately, I don't have any musical talent.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, because I mean, music school, like really. I think like one thing I was kind of interested in because I did economics. I'm not sure what your education is. I don't really know that much about you, so I'm just curious.
Mm-hmm.
What did you study? I'm just curious.
I thought you had a. Oh, your question is what did I study?
He got a master of arts in like secondary education, by the way.
I mean, Berkeley's a really good school, so I
studied political science, which is honestly at Berkeley is the Berkeley School of Marx. It's not a degree that's of great use, and if I were to do it over again with guidance, I probably wouldn't study political science. I didn't find that it was very useful.
Did you ever do any like minors or anything like that?
No minors.
Minors?
No minors.
What about mining?
So for me, I actually had to drop my minor in like computer science. I had a lot of friends who were in blockchain at Berkeley, and
wait, he dropped.
You got a quicker?
Hello?
Yeah, you got a quicker question.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you were talking about like homophobia, right? Before?
Yeah.
What is this camera angle?
Okay, so you were talking about how it was part of like the liberal agenda, right?
Correct.
Hello?
Oh
my goodness. Yeah, like it's part of the liberal agenda, right?
Yeah.
I think actually, like even the way it's spelled, like there's the letter M, and then after the letter M, the letter N. So do you know what an NFT is?
This is good. You know what I like about this? It's a clear indication that the kind of folks that follow him they're gamers. I mean, they're gamers. They play video games, which is generally something that indicates you have a tremendous amount of free time, lack of meaning in your life, probably lack of relationships as well. And this is...
I don't think it's what it used to be.
This is what they do. They got hella time. And it's silliness. And the worst part about it is that they tried to push out their guy as like being intelligent. We've seen that that's not the case. And we've seen that there's a lack of integrity there. And the sad thing about the fan concept is that based on being a fanatic, like you just won't, nothing will reach you. Nothing will reach you. And I don't expect it to. Like I wouldn't expect someone who engages in the kind of behaviors that he engages in to come back normal. It's not going to happen. And the funny thing too is I know that he was raised Catholic. He actually went to Catholic school, as an all boys school, which is, I'm wondering if something happened to him while he was there that kind of led him to this lifestyle.
The projection is so
I'm so far back right now.
Oh,
Trying to
super
find other
chat?
stuff. Yes.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I told people to send it Cash App or PayPal if they want.
Fair enough.
No, carry on.
Well, you're popping him up or you're catching up?
This guy is obsessed with my dick and sexuality. Fanatic, get the fuck out of my chat, you piece of shit. Go away, you fucking loser.
Yeah.
Shun
The
him.
funny
Shun
thing,
Mr.
too, is
Fanatic.
that, people are really psychotic because the whole point about him being a fraud and selling something he doesn't believe in, like no one wants to talk about that. That's the brilliant part that you guys got to be scared of. And that's why we're in a particularly dangerous era. He literally tried to scam you, the fan, but nobody wants to talk about that. It's actually quite a brilliant thing. Let's go through a little bit of data real quick. I find this stuff to be hilarious. There's actually a recent study, and I wanted to talk to him about this, but he doesn't want to talk about it.
Because that's not, you don't want to talk about it either. You're just trying to make a name for yourself.
Long time ago when it was not very
How much you want to bet?
Support Daniel.
Yeah, support Daniel, absolutely. The black box, and that just reminded me, because I actually just saw this piece of jewelry here. In this book, there is a great story if you want to understand, like a real narrative of a guy who was.
There's no way you can throw up a 900 before
practicing homosexuality in a ghetto long time ago when it was not very. Long time ago when it was not very.
How much you want to bet this guy's anti-Semitic too?
He taught me a lot, but he also gave me a unique perspective. So definitely recommend checking that out. You can get the black box on Amazon. Way more important than that, I want you guys to, if you're a religious person, pray for one of the saints. He's actually in hospital right now. If you're not a religious person, send some he produces this right here. And the reason I want to mention this is because Daniel John is a good man, a very strong man. I know I've had him in my house. I've shook his hand. He's in the hospital right now, and he produces this product, which we sell for him at thesassin.com. And he sold some of these to you guys. You guys have supported him, but he can't mail them out right now because he's in the hospital. And so I trust that he's going to make a full recovery because he's a strong man.
Okay, we're going to get this 900.
For him. And I would love if when he gets out, we can send him a big check for all of these necklaces.
Coming for the 900. We're coming.
But just be aware that if you buy his necklace, he won't be able to mail it to you because he's in the hospital currently. But he will be out, God willing.
This guy's scamming right now.
Yeah, what's that?
Support Daniel.
Yeah, support Daniel. Absolutely. We want to send him a big check. So do support him, but know that your product will come after he gets out of the hospital and he's able to mail it to you.
Okay, we have Jordan on PayPal said, where are Destiny's debate skills? This psycho turned into Stevie Wonder mid-interview out of frustration. Probably going to enter a psych ward after this.
Well, that's the thing about these people is that they all have mental issues. Like, so for example, one of the things they never want to talk.
Let me see if there's going to be somebody else.
This is one, I think it's strange that he's sitting in this dude's lap, but I guess like, hey, if you guzzle Skittles, like that's.
So let's see. I think this stuff is just gonna go on.
Gideon, where you guys were talking about voting and the importance of voting, and you actually like moved my. You don't know if you want to burn that bridge?
Yeah, with you. Damn.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That in a variety of ways. For some people, that manifests as the desire to, have relationships that contradict the wisdom of God. Ultimately, it's all about God's wisdom and our desire to defy him. And that will, any model that God has presented us with as.
All right. I think this went on too long. We didn't learn anything. This is if he is intelligent, but I think he got what he was looking for, and that was but he could have actually tried to have a better conversation than what he did. And it's never good to accuse people of horrendous stuff without proof and back. So let's all try not to accuse people of things that we cannot prove, especially racism, anti-Semitism, any kind of things that like the icky sticks that misogynist, whatever that is. Let's be careful how we try to portray one another, because if you have disagreement with people, it should not give you just to say things about them that not to be true. Let's try and live with integrity, and treat each other with the way we would like to be treated if we are on the other end, coming from the other end. All right. Thank you for watching this, and go ahead and like and subscribe and leave a comment. And like I said, we will try and keep getting better and better. Thank you for watching. Bye.